Hi, my name's Bridgette Farnworth and I'm a behavioural ecologist at the University of Waikato. Today I'm going to share with you our latest research project, which is looking at trying to manipulate pest species behaviour for the benefit of our native birds. Our project took place right here at Maungatautari Ecological Island. Maungatautari is a forest reserve that's surrounded by a large 47-kilometre pest-proof fences, and it's home to some of our most endangered species, including kiwi, kokako, fantail and kaka. New Zealand has some really amazing scenery and some even more amazing wildlife, but one of the things that is really damaging to our ecosystems are mammalian pests. And New Zealand are one of the pioneers in conservation for our pest-proof fences. Pest-proof fences are really important at protecting large reserves of native bush that are then become home to many of our endangered, native and endemic species. But they're not always safe beyond the fence. Sometimes trees that fall down and damage fence lines can often lead to incursions by the top predators that will reinvade, which are rodents. Rodents are a really big problem because they predate on the eggs and the chicks and even the birds of a lot of our species. So we know that rodents are really good at using pest-proof fencing because they climb up this specialised mesh, which is so small that even baby mice can't pass through it, and then they access the hood of the fence. Now the hood of the fence usually keeps climbing animals such as possums from making their way into the reserve. But rats are a little bit different because they run along the lip of the inside of it. And this can be a really big problem if there are breaches in the fence, such as if a tree falls down and damages the fence. Rats running along the inside of the fence can then access these breaches really quickly and easily get into the reserve and damage the wildlife. So my project used artificial light as a potential deterrent for rodents that might be travelling along in the inside of the hood of the fence. And why light, you might ask yourself? It's a really interesting concept because generally rodents that come out at night time, they try to avoid times where the moon comes out because their predators such as owls can see them much better with even the tiniest increase in ambient lighting. So it's a really clever behavioural adaptation that they have to avoid the light. So we tried to use artificial light to induce the same avoidance response. So the light that we used was a small LED light that produced white light, and it had a magnetic end on it so that we could just pop it straight up into the hood. And we also had some trail cameras to take pictures of anything that was running through the hood, and some tracking cards which have an ink pad in the middle and cardboard on either side so that we could get the footprints of anything that was running through the fence and we could be able to tell what was happening inside the hood. So we'd set our experiment up in the evening and come back in the morning, remove all of our equipment and have a look at the tracking cards to see what we'd found. And if there were rats that had been running through it, what we would see would be small little footprints where the rats had been. Excited to see what the results of this research might bring, because new studies that investigate deterrents, lures and baits to keep our wildlife safe are a real priority for the conservation scene in New Zealand at the moment, especially sanctuaries like Maungatautari